what a game. Roller coaster. I guess that's why I'm sweating so much. But I'm really proud of our guys. They hung in there. And two of the main reasons why we won tonight is the first guy on my right, Donta Hall, his defense, the way he finished around the basket, his rebounding. Who told him, did you foul out?
I did.
Who told you to foul out? But it was just exciting to see, his growth and maturation. I'm just awfully proud of him. And then as I shared with the team in the locker room after the game, when I took this job, everybody had an opinion about the players that were going to be returning. And, I heard a lot about Mike, and he's a guy that's worked awfully hard to get his body ready to play at the level that we need him to play. I think he's probably in the best shape now that he's been in for the last couple of years, and that's a tribute to him and the work with Lou Deneen and Clark Holter, our trainer and strength and conditioning coach and trainer. So Mike was unbelievable. Those two dunks, man, were ferocious. I mean, wow. So now I know that he can do that. That's going to be the expectation. But we're awfully happy. We understand it was a rivalry. I feel a little bit different this go around. Hopefully my wife will be happier with me tonight because she obviously said I wasn't a very good coaching in the first game. So, but we're excited about this win and protecting our home court. And thank you a million times over to our students and fans that came out because they were another reason we won this game, pulling us through when we had a struggle there in the first, well, mainly in the second half.
More of a team thing. You got to have his back as long as he got ours.
All right, stay on the left here to Mark, and we'll have one more for Ken.
Yeah, just for Donta, walk me through that block where you blocked the dunk attempt. That seemed to get you really excited, and also the crowd really excited too.
I just knew I had to go get it. That was my mindset. Go get that. Since I was one man back and he was one man back, I knew I had to go get it, or either it was just 2 points. So I decided I was going to go get that.
Well, you guys mentioned balance. How big were Arthur Edwards' three-pointers there, or to kind of get you back into it?
Arthur and Riley are two terrific shooters. The last two games we kind of couldn't find them, and they weren't in the rhythm. Tonight Arthur did a great job, man. He had some adversity he was going through, but he found the rhythm. He knocked down those shots, and those shots help us a lot, obviously. But yeah, he just played his game, and he played to his strengths.
Coach, Redden picked up his second foul, and you had to steal, I guess, almost 9 minutes at the end of the first half, and it obviously affected you offensively. What goes into your thinking in those situations as to whether to risk it and keep him out there, or how much to try and milk the clock?
Well, I was just thinking, if he would have picked up his third foul in the first half, I think, so that would have affected his aggressiveness offensively, not so much defensively. So I was just thinking if we could survive the first half, I was, going to play him the entire second half. He's been playing grueling minutes for us. So I just thought if we could survive and he could be fresh in the second half, that could pay dividends for us. Now, moving forward, is that something I'm going to do every time we're in that situation? No, not necessarily. I think that's just a feel, and fortunately we survived. But, had we gone in to halftime with an 8-point deficit, I'd probably be scratching my head on why I did it. So took a chance on it. Fortunately, worked out for us because we needed that burst of energy. I thought he had more energy in the second half doing certain stretches than anybody on the floor.
And Coach, a two-part question. First, I know going forward with this team, in order to finish the way you want to, you're going to need Riley Norris in his all-around game. He's kind of struggling with his shot. He's the last 2 or 3 games. Is he healthy? And if so, I mean, how do you get him going?
Yeah, he just kind of banged up his hand a little bit, Drew, and The main thing is not just with Riley, but with all of the guys. I don't like when we drop our heads when something goes wrong or haywire during the course of the game. And he missed a free throw, and it was like the world was coming to an end. And so I just want to keep encouraging him. He's one of our toughest players, and he'll bounce back. Remember, this is the same guy that made 8 threes in the game, so we at least know he's capable of making at least one.
In the second part, you're down 44-34. You had the disappointment against Mississippi State where you couldn't get over the hump. What did you guys stress in practice, and what did you think about how they responded tonight?
You know what? That's a great question because I used a lot of P words, P as in Paul, before the game, and one of them was persevere. And another one was about playing single possessions. I think when we came back from LSU, and I don't want to give you a long answer, but when we came back from LSU, our focus changed, okay? Our focus changed to results in the season. What does it all mean? In, out, all that crazy talk. So I talked to them about let's get back to focusing on single possessions in our 4-minute games that we played throughout the course of the game. And we had some down moments in practice, and I was sharing with them even during practice, okay, this is a down cycle in practice. We're down by 10 or 15 points. Now, come on, let's bounce back. What are we going to do about it? So, sorry for the long answer. Uh-oh, he's back. Twitter King is back. Yeah.
I know in the second half there you made the choice to go with Donta more before he fouled out, and Mike and Shannon more than Jimmy. What went into that decision, and how'd that work out for you, obviously?
Well, one of the things we've been doing is that I haven't been doing as much this year is kind of looking at the analytics of our lineups, and I took a really deep dive into matchups, 5-man groups, 2-man groups, 3-man groups. I did that a lot when I was at Dallas. Of course, Mark Cuban is a big technology analytics guy. But we started doing that, and we saw that Donta plays well on the court better with some players than others. And Mike, at the 5 position helps us out a little bit in certain situations against small lineups. And we stuck with that a lot more in the second half. And fortunately, it paid off for us.
Coach, obviously you brought the 2 bigs in and the way they played. How does that change this team when you have the closer like Retton, and then if those 2 can play up to that level for the rest of the year?
You said the 2 bigs? I'm sorry.
How does that change how good this team could be if those 2 play?
Oh, absolutely, yes. It takes us to a whole nother level when Mike and Donta play, with that type of energy and just finishing inside. Retton draws a lot of attention. And, a game tonight, a low-scoring game, we get 3 guys in double figures. Our last game is basically like Retton was a one-man band. We're not very good when we play that way, as good as he is. So it's good that we got other contributions from other people, and Mike was going to approach double figures. I know he only had 7, but it felt like he had 12 points tonight. So we're a much more balanced team when teams try to trap Retton and other guys can make plays. And Arthur Edwards was just huge for us tonight with some of the threes that he made.
Coach, continuing with Retton, he had 7 points in the last 2 minutes. Just kind of talk about his late points and especially that 3-pointer, which kind of allowed y'all to breathe a little bit again.
Yeah, just sharing with him when he started the second half, he was just lethargic. And I was just telling him he needs to get going. And at the end of the game, I was telling him, keep the ball in your hands and make something happen. Make 2 or 3 guys double team you. But, we're fortunate. We played against a scrappy team, in-state rival. I don't think I said that enough the first time we played, an in-state rival. And from what I've seen now being here for such a short time, it's every sport. It's a rivalry, okay? I'm admitting it to you guys. I'm not denying it anymore.
2 or 3 more questions. Let's start with Matt on the right. Hey, Avery, 2 questions for you. First of all, defensively, they make their first 8 shots in the second half and then miss 11 of, the final 14. What changed for you guys defensively? And the second question, who signed the bet after the game?
Okay. We did a much better job coming out of timeouts getting our matchups situated. before the game, we wanted certain guys to be matched up against other guys on their team. We got discombobulated there for a minute, which was really disappointing. So Bob Simon, our associate head coach, we had a long talk about it during one stretch in the game that we have to get our matchups down, and we finally got it right. And fortunately, they missed some free throws. We missed some free throws. We fouled the guys that we wanted to foul when we got in the bind. So I think matchups were a big key for us because we really needed to slow down Lane, and I thought we did a terrific job on him. Michael Kessens signed the bat tonight.
Obviously, Donta kind of mentioned earlier, but you riding the energy tonight, y'all have done a good and bad job at certain times of kind of handling the emotion. And obviously, not last two games you didn't really handle those emotions. This one you did. Just can you speak to that? How the team really just handled that energy?
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about the emotions, and I told the players coming into the game, no matter what the other team did, I didn't want anybody talking to the opposing players. I don't want you to get a technical. We're not talking to the referees. We're just going to play. Let your game do the talking. And that's a part of maturing and handling the emotions of a game of this magnitude.
Coach, I know you mentioned the threes that Arthur made, but another play he made for you was the steal and the dunk to tie the game with about 5:40 to go. Talk about the importance of that because you've been down 10 minutes before that.
Yeah, he was just a disobedient child because I'm often talking to him about stop gambling, Arthur. Stop reaching, Arthur. I'm glad he did it, okay? But, Arthur bounced back for us. We obviously need his production on the floor. Recently, I guess in the last game or so, we had a game where he and Riley combined for, 2 points or something? We're not going to be very good doing that. Arthur's had an outstanding year for us. We would not be the team we are this year had Arthur Edwards not decided to come and play here this year. So he means a lot to us on both ends of the floor. The players, we went through some grueling practices the last 2 days. Fortunately, we had some energy left in the tank for the game. We'll be off tomorrow, and then we're going to get back to work on Monday because we got this last game at home means an awful lot to us. Our fans have been great to us this year. We're learning now how to play in front of a pack house at home. That's something else that's